Fast transit and Grand Rapids, like buses. I just don't. I go over there a lot, but not even on transportation up there. Sorry, I just want to make sure that that's actually. I'm looking part owner of a theater that have the building. Here is the perfect example because I'm not super well the second one, but on the order. It's not just
I gotta find my spot to sit. It's so
okay. Well, that's one minute. This year I had a lot of say off. I said I am on this. I have that's the former sometimes.
yeah.
Right, that's something.
What is that high?
What is this from? Anti-Jim on the. It's new, as one says, chambers. The dissident? Yeah, I guess, yeah, I think it's fine, yeah. Yeah, but July 9th, it's 2 minutes and that nice ice. Yes, sir. Last night's classic, but I think anyone's is welcome to come to the game. So, yeah. And it's 4 more on, and it's a bit, there's a QR code on the poster, it would be fast. Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. We're gonna get started in just a couple of minutes. So get some coffee and grab your seats. We'll get started in just a couple of minutes.
You look in the chair? I love it. That happened fast. One is less than one. Oh, I'm well, I did it last week. Yeah, and he had there's like that. Yeah, that's good. I just got it. That's it. Yeah, I think it's one of the. Hey, podcast. other thing is it's all you get. The 3 A's, the 6 D's, whatever. Like, Oh, that's what's he using like that? But I am. Yeah.
Let me verify that our first speaker is here because they weren't last I checked.
Okay. No,
What's that?
Yes.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to 1 Million Cups Metro Detroit. Oh, wow, how's everybody doing today? All right. Happy July. Amen. Welcome to the air conditioning. So my name is PJ Jacobs. I'll be your host for this morning. We've got a couple of speakers coming up in a moment, and we're going to get started. So settle into your seats, and we shall begin. All right. So welcome to 1 Million Cups. 1 Million Cups is a Kaufman Foundation organization. If I get your attention, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting started. Thank you. All right. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. Right now, across America, there are 110 communities doing exactly what we're doing. Entrepreneurs gathering together to have a conversation. So let's talk about who here is here for the very first time today. Welcome. A couple of first timers. Keep your hand up in the air if you're here for the first time, because Daryl's got a little present for Daryl and the lovely, is that salmon? So all right. So thank you for joining us for the first time. Did everybody? We got one more. You got it.
All right.
All right. All right. Our new friends have been taken well care of. So thank you for joining us for the first time. Hopefully it's the first of many. How many of you have presented before? How many previous presenters do we have? Right on. Well, welcome back. Thank you. Yeah. And then lastly, it takes a whole team of people to put this event on. Can I get our volunteers to raise their hands, please? So these are the people that stand up. You got stand up. All right, these people that make this thing happen. plus a bunch of others who are hiding in the back. If you see a volunteer, give them a hug. It's the summer. So, all right, through these every week we have a coffee sponsor. You'll notice there are coffee and donuts being enjoyed to your right. I keep hitting this one. That doesn't happen for free. It costs money because things do. So every week we have a coffee sponsor who provides the coffee and donuts. They also get a chance to come up here and pitch a little bit about their business. This week, now it doesn't matter. This week, there are events that we have. No, that's the coffee spots. So let me please welcome Teresa Walker to the stage.
I want to thank you for allowing me to be the coffee sponsor for you and listening to a little bit about my organization. So my name is Teresa Walker. I am the CEO and I am the co-owner, and I skipped it, sorry. I'm the co-owner of 1111 LLC. 1111 LLC is a full event management company, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it as we go through the slides. On this first slide is our 3 venues that we have. Our first main venue is 1111 Event Studio. We also have the middle one, the bank, presented by 1111, and we manage the Madison and Madison Heights. This next picture is a picture of our venue. It is the location 1111, and we fully decorated it. So you can get decorations from us. We can do as much or as little for you that you need. I always call us the Build-A-Bears of events. I don't put it on paper because I don't want to get sued, but when I talk to you, I tell you we are the Build-A-Bear of events. You can get as little or as much as you need. Okay, so who is 1111? We are a full event management company. So we could do as much or as little as you need. You could just come to us and just rent the venue. Our venues host many different events. Our venues host many different events, from corporate events, baby showers. I was speaking to someone up here today, their friend. Yeah, she had a birthday party at our venue. Someone else knew someone that had a retirement party. So it's very nice to meet people who have been there before. We're one-stop shop. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, sorry. We are a one-stop shop. I don't have my glasses on, guys. We're a one-stop shop for event venues, rentals, and event planning. We're the ecosystem for event-related activities. I say that because we connect with a lot of different companies, peoples, and organizations. David, the young man who's taking pictures, he's done photography at our venue. Daryl Duracell has done some social media work for us. Caterers, bakers, bartenders. We just meet many different small businesses and work with them and recommend them as well. We curate unique and memorable experiences. So it's really cool when people come to me and say, I've never had a party in my life, and I finally had a party, and this was a great celebration. I got to see family from out of town, and I'll remember this forever. We take the guesswork out of event management. You have other things to do. You don't have to worry about your party. You could just show up if you want. I've had people show up with their purse. And we bring your vision to life. So if you tell me I want a Mickey Mouse nautical theme baby shower, I will bring that to life for you. And I've done it before. This is another picture of a party we had. I chose this one because it's special. The young lady here, and she shares her own story herself. She was turning 90. And the week before she turned this party, she actually had a heart attack. She survived. She had surgery. She couldn't have a bypass because of her age. She postponed it for 2 months, and she was able to celebrate her 90th birthday party with her family and friends and her great 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 grandchildren. They have a lot of them, but that was a really cool event. So what do we do? With event management, we have venue rentals. So I'll explain a little more about our company. 1111 holds 100 people. The bank holds 200 people. Those locations are in Farmington Hills, Michigan. You can come to our event venue, our space, and your grandmother could cook your food for you. You don't have to eat our food. I had a groom, he wanted ice cream for his wedding and not a cake. This is a place where it's uniquely yours. So you're not judged by anything, your race, sexuality, creed, etc. We also have the Madison, that's in Madison Heights. That one fits 800 people. That's more like conferences, but we do have larger weddings. Um, people who have 400 guest weddings, 250, etc. And then we do event planning, setup, rentals, and decor. So if you have a party at your home, we could decorate that for you. I am a project manager by trade, so I can bring any project to life. My partner, who's my husband, he is a CPA. So we're very big on financials, lean tendencies, etc. We also educate. So we leverage PMP, advanced design certification, financial oversight, and to provide a clean, affordable, and safe establishment for people to plan, learn, and curate their own events. Weddings, receptions, corporate parties, birthday parties, etc. So we do have public and private. Okay. We just have public and private events. Once again, that is about us. If you are interested in following us or connecting us with us, we have a few QR codes on here that you can scan. The first one is Facebook, the second one is the website, and the third one is Instagram. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or anything, I'll be in the corner over here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. What a cool space. Indoor trees. I'm always impressed by indoor trees. All right. Are you ready to present? Do you have a small business or a huge one that's pretty new? You can present here at 1 Million Cups. Every week we have 1 to 2 presenters come on up and talk about their business, talk about their strong points, and then the room provides feedback. I guess I'll send them from that late for whatever their needs might be. So if you're interested in presenting, scan this QR code and you can sign up. We're filling out the rest of the July schedule, I believe, at the moment. July into August. So lots of spots. All right. Do we have a presenter for this first one? Oh, okay, cool. So that was part of the plan. Here we are. Dr. Tamara B. Way from Brightpath AI Solutions. Come on up, Doc.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for letting me present today. I very much appreciate it. Can everyone hear me okay? Not used to the microphone thing, so. I'm very happy to have this opportunity, and we'll go ahead and get started. I just launched my company this past April, so I haven't been around very long. Brightpath AI Solutions. First, we'll start out with a little bit of history of myself. Unlike my siblings, I had a very crazy path to follow. It was anything but a straight line. Wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I started out with getting my bachelor from MSU in human ecology. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's the study of the individual and their surroundings. It's a very unique niche. Was passion of mine because I worked with a lot of foster care, respite care, special needs kids growing up, and thought that's where I wanted to end up, but wasn't meant to be. From there, I did get married and have some kids, moved to Canada for a little while. Wasn't the stay home type, like to keep challenged, motivated, moving, coming back to the US, got a job in an assembly line. Not me. High respect for anybody that's able to do that, but I found it very robotic and mind numbing. So I kept going, went back to school, got my MBA in human resources. Tried a little bit of that, went on and got my postgraduate in international business, still finding my way, went into the career field in management and human resources. Eventually, I ended up in project management, found my passion, loved it. Taking different complexities and working with groups and teams from within the company, outside of the company, and helping them to orchestrate and become more efficient and make progress. It was just a nap. I had a way of walking into a company, and I learned very quickly with the many jobs I had that they don't train you on the technology and this stuff. They say, here it is, you should know how to figure it out. Ran into that quite often at my house. I tend to have a knack to pick up on things like that really quickly. And one of the companies I worked for actually flew me to Mexico to train their employees there as well once I got in it, even though that wasn't even in my job description. So I ended up loving it. Ended up at a company called Apex, EMC testing lab. At this testing lab, I was a project lead, worked with many automotive suppliers and different customers. Then we had a bit of a change in ownership, and it was no longer a great fit, unfortunately. So I ended up leaving there in March and took a month to assess what I wanted to do, and I ended up with Brightpath. So I ended up in AI solutions and doing project management for other companies to make life a little bit easier and better on them. This is what we do. Brightpath partners with different companies, small and mid-sized businesses, and we want to take off the pressure. AI, first off, we want to educate you on it because a lot of people are very terrified of it. It's overwhelming, it's complex, and it can be just so many options out there and tools, and the market's new, so everything's getting thrown at you. What we do is we can come in and we can architect that to your business so that those tools are specific for you. It will create automations, it will take stress off of you, it will alleviate the pressures and pain points and get rid of the bottlenecks. We will integrate that into your business, not just give you the tools. Harvard did research on it. Only 13% of companies have successfully implemented AI because of the fact that they get the tools and get stuck. They don't know where to go from there. They're not trained on them. They don't know what they're going to do, or they're not the right fit for their business at all. So we come in, we fill that gap. We'll look for where we can do to help your business be more efficient. So that'll free up time so you can focus on strategy. You can focus on other things other than the repetitive tasks and keeping in touch with customers and different things like that, that the automations can do, that the AI can do for you. The biggest challenges I've been having is, first off, like any business, I'm new to the market. I have to build my credibility, build my trust, and start getting acquiring clients and customers. I'm now at that stage because I came from a family of laborers. The majority of my family retired from GM. I am changing my mindset from being an employee to an employer. So this is one of my big struggles that I'm looking for guidance on. And the other thing with AI is that there is so much negativity out there. Our society tends to not like change, and we fight the paradigm shifts. We went from a paradigm in society where you picked up a shovel, you worked hard, that's how you made your money. Then we went to a paradigm where education, intelligence, that's where you make your money. Well, now we have AI, and it's another paradigm shift. Intelligence isn't the commodity, it's the architecture of the tools that's going to help you in these scenarios to move ahead and keep going and not get left behind. What I've tried so far, what I've been doing slowly and now really ramping up is networking events. That's what brought me here. Joanna was kind enough to bring me in. I attended one of his Wednesday meetings. And then from there, I ended up getting more involved. I am doing posts on LinkedIn. You can see an example of one of them. I'm focusing on automotive suppliers, which has a huge pressure point for AI. And it's kind of a cost paradigm because they don't have the money to spend on it or the time. But if they don't do it, they're going to get left behind. So I've also updated my website to have a chat bot to answer questions. And it offers a 2-minute assessment that you can take to see if you're AI ready and where you stand. And it'll email you the results. I'm also organizing a webinar, which I'm using the LinkedIn post to advertise on implementing AI. And I also want to organize an in-person breakfast executive meeting. So these are some of the things I'm working on. And I also put a proposal for a book as well, which I don't have up here because it's kind of a newer topic. I wasn't sure if I was going to mention it. But because my dissertation was on emotional intelligence and project outcome and how that's effective, AI falls right into that. So the book is about how implementation of AI tools is failing because the true need is the emotional intelligence of the managers or the people involved. You have to have the human touch. AI is not a replacement. It is a tool. And so managers or leads or whoever's taking on this area needs to be emotionally aware of how their employees are accepting it and integrating it in order for it to be successful. So I'm hoping to launch that book in about 6 months. Okay. Lessons I've learned is first off, never assume. There are so many stages of where AI is, from total denial to very educated. And it's hard to until you start talking to a person and where their stance is. As I mentioned before, I have to adjust my mindset from being an employee to an employer. I'm really working on that and holding myself accountable and being consistent and making sure I stick up with everything in the routine, and patience, because again, with AI, you definitely have to educate before you can even consider something, because you have to have that trust and credibility. So in this scenario, I'm looking for input and guidance on building my trust and credibility with customers and clients out there so that I can acquire more. And I'm also looking at suggestions on just setting my mindset, building my confidence as an entrepreneur and a business owner instead of just an employee. Any questions?
Exactly. From you.
Anybody wants to connect, the links to my website.
All right, so what will happen? Oh, holy cow, they're running to the front of the line. Look at that. So now, if you haven't been here before, you guys, hold on. Oh, wait, that's so fun. Oh, it's fine. I won't talk much because y'all got a lot to say. I was just going to say, for me, the thing about AI is that it's so amalgamous. Like it means, like my dryer has AI, and my clothes are always wet, so it doesn't always, it doesn't always mean success, right? And I think part of it is just redefining what it means on each. That's my 2 cents, but I'm not supposed to talk. So Daryl, come on up, my man.
There was my cue. Yes. Hello, Daryl with First Hill Marketing LLC and Duracell LLC. Marketing is magic and music is life. I would love to learn more about what you specialize in the presentation. Is it automation? Is it AI videos? Is it strategy? Things like that can help people really know exactly what they're getting in AI. Because AI, just like marketing, it's a big, huge world. It's an umbrella.
Oh, we're on camera.
And you already are kind of you already are shifting into the employer mindset, especially because AI can be your agents. There's that. With the webinars and the networking events you're hosting, make sure you get content because you're already, I was gonna say, are you doing events? You're already doing that check. You want to make use of the content that you're getting as you're teaching people right now, and then post social media videos on it. I think you're what, two months into this. So, and then also create a Google business listing since you are an LLC, so that we can start getting geofencing and geolocations, get Google reviews, and start building case studies. Uh, if we define I think defining what the offer is and then building on the case studies and results that you're providing, along with a wonderful and kind personality, that's going to add that magic.
Thank you.
Yep.
With our company, we do per business for what they need. So I can offer all of those things that you listed. I actually have a team that I work with.
Okay, that's awesome. That can be a social media post right there. So many different things we can do, but thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So my name is Adam, 40 years in the auto industry. You mentioned automotive suppliers is one of your target. Are you a member of any professional organizations?
Other than PMI, not currently.
So there's an organization called MEMA, Motor Equipment Manufacturers Association, is literally an organization of suppliers. And when you mentioned networking events, there's also Society of Automotive Analysts. So those are two opportunities for you to do even more networking specifically with potential target customers.
Excellent. I appreciate that input.
All right, good luck.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Lynn Drake. I own a company called Compass Commercial. Been in business 15 years. So when I started 15 years ago, where I started was with Great Lakes Women Business Council. Are you familiar?
I am not.
Okay. So you can become a certified woman business owner. And then you can also attend, you don't have to be an owner, but, or excuse me, you don't have to be certified, but you can also attend their conferences. Women tend to hire other women. I am the perfect example of that. I have 80% of my clients are female. So this is where I meet them and online. So, and also bonus, they also do SBA loans. And you get preference because you're a member of their organization.
Good to know.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
First of all, thank you for this wonderful presentation on AI. Want to tell you, have you tried AI visibility? Yeah, something called AI visibility. What it is we can pull up. I have an app. What it is these days people don't type in Google search anymore, keyword search. Everybody goes to ChatGPT or other AI tool and say, hey, they describe their problem and say, hey, can I find this business on ChatGPT and others will tell you uh, if your business is there or not, they will bank it. So that's basically what I'm talking about. So in my app, we are going to relate that, give users the AI visibility score, connect with all these AI engines like ChatGPT, Claude, and other things, and then once you type your name there, it should be ChatGPT. So your thing should rank on the top there and find it out. So something we can collaborate is called AI visibility score. That means because people don't type in search anymore, right? It used to be Google search 20 years ago. Now it's not there anymore. Everybody is using that. So something you can try to increase the visibility. So you rank on the top.
Did you really do ChatGPT?
Yeah, we will
Did
link
you
it.
do Claude or?
All of those, we will link it. So, but I will talk to you after this meeting. So you can, once we link that, it's coming in August, this new release. So you can type it in and then you rank on the top of that. Then people, it's like different ways of searching. AI has changed everything. The way we search, the way we discover everything.
Yes. Thank you.
You doing? You're
Good.
all right. My name's Ryan. Call me Boomer. Right. So a little bit of love bringing from Detroit. I think that with the trust and credibility side, looking at partnerships with trusted, incredible ambassadors or resources, and that's from a community perspective, nonprofits, philanthropy, and going places that is already trust and credibility, and then being able to leverage that. That's important. I also think that even from a marketing standpoint, when it comes to AI, I think the word AI is right now has such a in a lot of the spaces that you're looking at this and helping people who have a misunderstanding. I believe the branding of it is very strong. AI the term, and to overcome that, it's going to take a lot, right? So I think that leads to where you say you need to teach before you sell. I would suggest a consideration. I would say is to learn a way is to figure out a way to align a value proposition or to rebrand AI, and maybe wait until that's the leading factor because I think you're already having to get over a hurdle when you say AI. So you're providing a solution that is AI centered, but it may be another way. I think Brightpath is such a great word that it even gets overshadowed a little bit by AI solutions. So I think extending the Brightpath perspective, maybe building that out a little bit. And then I saw that you said that you have to do some teaching before you sell.
Yes.
And I think that's another potential service. Maybe that could be separated from the sales side. Maybe the teaching and perspective could be another monetized service because that's a lot of time and money that you're spending before you make a sale. And last thing is, I would say, I have a little bit of the black, the one slide with the black is hard to read.
Oh,
The back right.
yeah, the image.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just from if you are going to a community development organization or some type of assembly, you're making a presentation, every moment counts. So I would say some of these blacks are hard in these rooms. So just a little bit.
No, I appreciate it.
Good.
Thank you.
Good.
We're going to close the line. So these four will speak, and then we have our other presenter.
Fantastic.
Hey, Joanna.
Hi. I'm gonna be a little bit antithetical to all the people shared. So by the way, Juwan Buford, founder of Broke Rivers Project, small business sales architect. All right. I don't want you to teach to sell. I want you to attract to sell. Right? Because if you're in a situation where you feel like you're teaching, that means you haven't identified your ideal client. The ideal client is looking for what you do. They may not be dressed. You may not be dressed in a way they recognize. They're looking for your solutions. They have capacity to pay you, and they make a belief decision. Either they want your service or they don't. right? And so often new entrepreneurs get in this cycle of trying to convince, and teach, and convince, and teach, and get no. Attract your ideal client, right? I want you to focus on that. The other thing I would encourage you to do is niche down. I know that you can do everything, but just because you can do everything, that does not mean you should do everything. What I would encourage you to do is focus on the work where you feel like you're most competent, focus on the work that you derive the most enjoyment, education from, and quite frankly, focus on the solutions and tools that people are willing to pay top dollar for, right? And then we just had this conversation over here, so you already know I've been redundant, but I'm gonna do it again. People don't care how the sausage is made. They just want the sausage, right? So if I'm referring someone in a room to you, I'm not going to talk about surveys, AI, this, that, and other. I'm going to say, look, do you have trouble with automation? Are you in a situation where you're choosing all these different tools that are out here and it really doesn't fit your stack? It really doesn't get you to the goal, right? You're spending hours and hours. Oh, I'm talking about my personal pain, right? Spending hours and hours trying to make tools fit to your business when you start with the business and then you align the tools to what you want to accomplish, right? That's the approach that I think would work best because no one's really interested in AI per se. They're interested in, and as the gentleman said before, what's the impact? And I want your presentation to focus more on the impact, saving time, saving stress, saving headache. Stop getting 20 different subscriptions where you're paying $500 a month and your tool stack isn't serving you. And then the last thing I would encourage you to do is just like the conversation we had over there, that should have been recorded, posted on LinkedIn. Because most of your competition, they're online. I'm not knocking them, so don't come for me. But most of your competition, they're just doing videos talking about a million different tools every single week. I want you to take a different tack. I want you to create videos just talking about this is how I can take you to a brighter path in terms of how your business operates, how your business functions, attracting the right clients. This is how I can utilize, this is how you can utilize the tools to create this result, right? And I want you, I did.
The brighter path.
Yes, I did. I'm good when I do. Really respect. Those are suggestions I would make. And then once again, I say this time and time again, I do not see your competitors on LinkedIn doing that. They're on Instagram, they're on Facebook selling all these different tools and their affinity packages, but no one's really having a weekly strategic session about how to utilize these tools to grow your business. And so that's how you also create the credibility you're looking for. Show up as that SME. I want you to become the person where when I go to LinkedIn and I want to learn about AI, guess whose page I check for first? See what I mean?
I like it.
And that creates the credibility that you're looking for. So you don't have to convince people, you demonstrate your chops. And then once again, please do not go out here prospecting and chasing people. Don't do it. Attract people who want what you have and then sell to them. Fair enough? Phenomenal.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Tanisha Molden. I am an IP attorney. I also build out AI systems and automation, so I would love to be a resource for you there. In addition, about building your mindset, I am also president of NAVO Greater Detroit, the National Association of Women Business Owners. So we will welcome you.
Thank you.
Going and just be in a room of like-minded individuals, or I think you would find, and they would, you would, things. But also in regards to building the credibility, that takes time. Just keep doing what you're doing. I agree with everyone. I am a believer of teaching. I love teaching, learn everything that I learn. I like to share. And from what I've seen, people really value that, especially women. So keep doing what you're doing.
Very impressed with the many women organizations out there for support. So anybody thinks they can't do this, there's so much support. I love it.
We have 1 minute left for feedback.
I'll keep it brief. Hi, I'm Dan. I'm from Gabberville. Very nice to meet you. 20 years General Motors here, talking about mindset. The first thing is recognizing that you had that mindset. Recognizing that was like half the battle for me. It was like, oh, I'm thinking like an employee, not an employer, not a business owner. So just identifying that is huge. The second thing I would say, YouTube, live, go live on YouTube, doing what Joanne was talking about. That's the thing. That way you don't have to edit it. You don't have to do anything. It's just like, my customer has this issue. We're going to do it live. You're going to see the mistakes. You're going to show them like, I know these tools when it comes down to it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hi, Tamara. Hey, Ashley. We're table mates.
Let me look closer, actually.
Oh.
Camera, there we go. Thank you.
I just wanted to come and say that I kind of went to your Facebook page and a lot of your flyers are really great. But they do seem kind of like overwhelming and like cluttered with
A
info.
lot of info on them, yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have. But another one I need to get right. I'd mentioned that your logo might be a little bit feminine. So I don't know if that's just some names that are doing.
That's,
Speak up, we can hear you a little bit.
And
that's the first time I've heard that, but I can see it.
yeah, so that's all I have. Oh, I just want to say I'm Ashley with the Glam Bar Co. We do a mobile experiential hairstyling and colorful braid.
All right.
So, oh my gosh, a lot of great feedback. If there's one thing that you could take home and start implementing right away, what's that one piece?
Definitely the networks and the women's support I'm going to look into first and foremost. And then probably the YouTube setting up live streaming.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, we are going back in time. All right, let's get. I'll get right
I could take you.
That's it's harder than it should be. All right, all right. We have our next presenter. This is a returning presenter who has presented in the past, and they're going to tell us all about how their businesses has taken off since then. So please welcome to the stage, Dens.
Oh, oh,
So my name is Dessaray C and I am the founder of
Okay.
the Creative Girls Club. Okay, so the story behind our company. So I built the Confident Creative Girls Club from the ground up. It's started as just like a mommy and me group, but it has evolved into a 501c3 and an after school program. And it only had one mission, which is to help young people become more confident and creative. So my time as a fifth grade teacher, I was noticing that my scholars were not showing up, and not just because some of them lacked the resources to access the text and read and things like that, but they were lacking confidence in a number of areas before they even stepped into the classroom. So I developed a program so that every workshop, every partnership, every program started with a small belief that when a child creates something with their hands and have proof of that, that they can see themselves differently. Since then, we've grown into a nonprofit serving more than 1,000 youth across Metro Detroit. We partner with other I partner with schools across Detroit, community organizations, including a summer enrichment program with the Detroit Public Schools that I'm currently doing now. So watching this vision become a reality has been the greatest honors of my life, and I know that we're only scratching the surface. So last time that I came, my biggest problem was not knowing who to reach out to. Like I had this wonderful problem. I'm doing all these things, but I didn't know who to email, who to call, who to text. I didn't know who the decision makers were. And I spent more time than I would like to admit just reaching out to people. And it wasn't the person that I needed to talk to and those decision makers. So last time that I came, one of the big things that I took away was I have all these things, but how do I tell you what I'm doing? How do I measure what I'm doing? How do I measure the impact? And one of the things that I measured was the attendance. So I compared it to my students who were in my fifth grade class the year before and their actual attendance at school. And since starting the program, how many days they came. So the program ran Monday through Thursday. We didn't have it on Friday, so I wasn't able to access that data. But for the 5 scholars that were in my class the previous year, every Monday through Thursday, they made it to the program. Their attendance for the year prior was about 50%. So for Monday through Thursday, it became 100%.
Wow.
And that was like the biggest thing is that you come to this program, you have to come to school, and I would do things that would excuse me, reward them. So like at the end of the week, or not the end of the week. So like the Monday after the week before, if we made it all the days, I had something special for you. And it became something that as soon as they saw me, you got my thing. I was here all last week. And even some of the teachers started to tell me, like, hey, Naomi has been coming consistently. Like I see the difference. I see the difference in her not just speaking up more, but she'll say, like what Miss C said, I have to do XYZ so she can give me a gift. And even though in their minds the gift is the reward, it's not, it's the fact that you're in school for more than what you were last year. And then you're able to just improve academically. So I followed up with several people after my presentation. I even let a couple people know that I had become a 501c3 and that I was open to different partnerships. So the business update. It's thriving. So since my last presentation, we successfully completed our first school year as being an after school program. So I ran from the beginning of October through the end of May. On the first day of the after school program, I had 4 girls. Towards the end, I had 20 with a waiting list of 15. And some of those 20, rotating, 10 of them were actually boys who had ended up joining the Confident Creative Girls Club. So now I go by CCGC, just so they're not like, oh, it's a girls thing. And we hosted our first business fair. So within our program, I teach the girls the skills that I have learned with my product-based business where I hand make items. So they learn how to make jewelry, t-shirts, stickers, all the things that I make money on a day-to-day basis. I teach it to them. And then we implement it at the end of the year, selling those items to the people in the school, the kids in the school. And those milestones have strengthened both the impact and also the demand for the program. So today, what I'm looking for is I have a program. I know how to implement the program. I know how to teach the program. I know how to delegate the things in the program so that I can teach it to other people so that I can scale. But I don't know what I don't know. I don't know how to get the funding because I know the creative part of it. So I don't know who to reach out to so that I can get into other schools, maybe if that particular school doesn't have the funding to pay for the program. So I'm seeking like a mentor, someone who has any type of experience scaling nonprofits, as well as like a grant writer. I understand that I need to get the people that know how to do what I don't know how to do well. So I've developed a curriculum, proven that the model works, have a framework that can be taught by others. And at this point, I feel like my biggest barrier isn't the program, it's how to make it sustainable, where I'm not just completely bootstrapping it year after year. If anyone has any resources, I would love an introduction.
Right, good job. You're welcome. What an incredible program, incredible program. I hope that people help you out. And look at that, they're flocking up over here. So let's get it started.
Hi, my name is Linda. I started before I own a company called Compass Commercial. I don't know if this is of interest to you at all, but I'm about to publish a book about my life. I started out in an accident when I was 2 years old. My fingers were severed and it caused neurological damage. Then I was called retarded in school and considered special education. As I stand here before you, it all got corrected. I would love to come and talk to your kids, the ones that were told they're stupid. That's what I was told. And I would love to to show the kids that it's just, you got to keep going.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Eileen Vernon. I run my own consulting firm, Nexus HR Advisors. About 7 years ago, I got involved with a group called Impact 100 Metro Detroit, and it's a collective women's giving organization. And for each member, we give $1,000 a year. And at the end of, with over 100 members, we can give out $100,000 grants. So there's a very structured grant review process. It starts in December. goes through the end of January. And you have to provide financials, and you may not be there with your years of experience, but something to keep in mind. If you've been in business for 3 years, you can provide 3 years of financials, outline the project you're trying to fund. So they don't fund general operating expenses, they fund projects. So if you had $100,000, what would you imagine doing with that? That's really what we're looking at, is that impact. But it's a neat process. And at the end of this past year, we gave out 2 $100,000 grants, one of which was to Say Detroit, which is providing bikes for kids. Lighthouse has been a recipient, Midnight Golf, some really wonderful organizations, and often they've gone on to be CNN heroes. So it's really incredible, but it's Impact 100 Metro Detroit. So good. You're welcome.
Hello, I'm Bernie Ginyard from Covenant Community Alliance. I absolutely love what you are doing. We're a newly formed nonprofit and we're looking for programming. So we have a building in the middle of a community in River Rouge with schools all around us. Would love to partner with you to see if you want to bring what you have to our space, that we can extend it beyond that, the community that you're currently in.
So I'm working with philanthropy.
Yeah, move a little closer than we have. Yes.
I work in philanthropy. I've been in nonprofit space for over 12 years. So love to talk to you more about that. I feel like looking at the flexibility of having a for-profit and a nonprofit is always something I encourage people to, look at. Even though in the funding nonprofit space, as a program manager, like I always encourage people to look for sustainable methods to not always have to go to nonprofit. So love to talk to you more about that. I also consult on that side. So I'm not trying to sell you anything, but really, I try to do my best to, especially our Black women, Black men, and see ways that I can take some of the things that I've learned, some of the spaces out there, and have some good conversations. So let's talk about that. Good.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tanisha Mulder. I don't know if you everyone came up before, but I have 2 resources for you. Well, maybe 3. 2 resources. One is Lisa Stein. She's not here today, but she helps find grants for nonprofits or anyone or any business owner. She would be a great resource. And then also I have a client who actually writes proposals for nonprofits to get that those funds. So I would love to make those connections for you. Again, if you didn't hear me earlier, I'm the president of NAVO, Greater Detroit. So we would, of course, welcome you there for that. And then I had another question, a question about the population that you serve. I didn't know what school or age population that you're helping.
So the way I have the program developed is we start off with just arts and crafts for our elementary students. Our middle school students get into the mentorship and also the business side. And I do plan on adding one for our high school girls. Because I have a profit business, I plan to get a brick and mortar in 2027 Q2. And once they have made it through the program, they'll have a job at that brick and mortar where we sell not only just my items that I make, but also items that they make. So it's planned to grow with the girls. So they get like the confidence building, the mentorship, the entrepreneurial skills, and then they'll have a job once they reach 16 or whatever age we can get up.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that, because NAVO has a 501c6, our membership component, and then we have a 501c3, NAVO Excel, which helps young women in entrepreneurship. So that might be a connection for you.
Also, thank you.
Hello. And congratulations.
Thank you.
Yes. So there's a couple things I was thinking about while
Closer.
there are a couple things I was thinking about while I was speed. I know you're searching for grants. I have like a laundry list of good to share. I'll do that afterwards.
Okay.
But also I don't want you to become a grant writing organization. You know what I mean by that? I've met so many entrepreneurs and business owners who become a grant machine. They spend so much time pursuing grants, they stop building. Right. I want you to avoid that as much as possible. Right. Something else I would encourage you to consider, and I'm a huge fan of, churches do this all the time. You look at a lot of churches and how they're structured, they have a nonprofit, and guess what they also have? A for-profit. That way they can receive money from both buckets, right? I'd encourage you to do something similar to that. You have a lot of good, effective content. It's obvious, right? If you've had this success. I'm thinking about a client of mine now. She owns about three daycares in the Detroit metropolitan area. And I'm telling you, literally 2, 3 days ago, she was sitting up complaining to me that she's looking for content. She's looking for material. She's looking for curriculum to offer the individuals who are matriculating through her daycares, right? And her aftercare programs after school. With these programs and curriculums that you put together, you can create some MVPs and start marketing there. It could be a way to generate revenues for your business, right? And also give you more stickiness, more traction in the community. And that's just one example of some things you can do to also generate revenue. Pursue the grants, but don't become a grant writing organization. You know what I mean? Like, don't fall into that trap. Continue to do what's working, and obviously it's working pretty well. I'm excited for what you're doing. But I also want you to think creatively about different ways in which you can generate revenues outside of the security grants, right? Because even though you're a nonprofit, you still got the profit. Absolutely. Right. So those are some things I was thinking about off the top of my head. I'll definitely refer you to these individuals. There's an organization that works with care and daycare programs. There's at least 30 of them. And I'm trying to tell you, in the last 3 days, I've probably talked to 4 of them. Several were clients of mine, and all the complaints were the same. Where can I get some curriculum? Where can I get some content? I don't have time to make it. Guess what? It can be provided for.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Congratulations again.
Thanks for all, every time he says what I was.
This is our last guest.
No, I think so. Again, I really haven't launched a business just yet. But one of my table mates mentioned, because you're incorporating the boys and you're like, oh, the girl is part of the club. Confident creative kids or children are playing on that 4 CDs or something like that. And if you ever thought to like branch out to keep the girls girls and boys boys and like sometimes combine them, like having some places like in other schools or I mentioned with the every rooms where our building is.
Okay. Thank you.
So much. So before I set you free, what is one piece of advice that you heard that you think you'd be able to implement right away?
I think the first thing that I will be able to implement is the first thing that I would be able to implement would be
Sell the curriculum.
selling the curriculum. Yes, yes. So I have it.
Package it.
I have it where it's
Sell it.
packaged and
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
it.
Brand it, brand.
So that I'm not the only driving force getting this program out to the children. Is able to be in my mind. I think when I hear like selling the curriculum and training other people, I hear like the Girl Scouts, how they have different people everywhere doing essentially the same thing for the girls. So I think that would be like the first thing that I can do. Because I can take the data that I'm receiving from actively being working it right now to be able to.
Watch the all right, watch the TVs, which have been flashing all day for upcoming events and workshops. Is Lorena still here? All right, we have one quick announcement from the Ferndale Parks Rec Department. So please welcome Lorena Wheeler.
By the way, quickly, I don't know if you guys have visited any of our parks, but we've made a lot of developments recently, a lot of great amenities in our parks. We'd love to have you there. But I'm standing for you today because we have a crowdfunding campaign that through MEDC for one of our park improvements at Harding Park, which is actually right off of Hilton and 696. We have an inline skating rink that we're trying to renovate there. It's something that the community's been wanting for a very long time. We have a $100,000 grant from MDNR to go towards the improvement, and we need to raise additional funds. So we just recently received the MEDC grant
patronicity crowdfunding grant where if we raise 62,500, they will match it 62,500 once we reach our goal by July 10th. So I'm coming to you all today because I wanted to see if anybody who's interested in donating to that cause. We can donate anything from $10 to $3,000 to $10,000. But with that, depending on how much you donate, you can also get your business or logo inside of the grant. It's a very hard.
How much is that? I want to.
850 all the way up to 10,000.
Okay.
So it'll be in for at least 5 years. Everybody who walks the trails and is in that area as well. So I'll put this out on some of the tables. Again, any donation will help. So we appreciate whatever you can do. But if you want to see me and get more information, I'll be right here in the office. Or any of our staff can help you in that office, and our deadline is July 10th. All right, thank you.
Right, rollerblading party next summer. All right, this is it. Thank you.
So close. We also have a kickball day of play fundraiser happening July 8th. So if anybody wants to play kickball against the city, it's free, but it's for part of the fundraising or basketball and other events. We're going to have that July 8th, and the sign up will be going out soon. We'll put flyers around it.
Where's it gonna be?
At Hardy Park.
Hardy Park. Got it.
There we go. All right, and we're back. We're officially done for today. Thank you for joining us for 1 million cuts. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. All right, now I'm going to round of applause for Incubizo, the space that we are so graciously allowed to use. If you are interested in hanging out and working here for the day, you're welcome to stay, enjoy the workshare space. If you want to get an office or just come out, hang out and work, scan the QR code and you can learn more about the venue. So with that, oh, that's it. We're doing a picture.
Photography, yes.
All right, we're going to slide, but we're doing a picture. So I'm going to hand it off. There we go. Today, what? Oh, yes. I shouldn't have you do that. Oh, I'm doing that? Okay. So what he says is that everyone needs to get between this pillar and this pillar. Take a nice big picture of everybody that came out on this beautiful July. And the presenters, if you would please, Des and Tamara, come up front. That's it. Des, come on. Get right in front. I know. All right. Please, sir. All right.